This is Mrs. O'Neill for Chapter 12, Review Questions and Problems. Go through the video by pausing as you see the question or problem. You can either do them mentally or write down the answers on a piece of paper. There are multiple parts sometimes, and then you continue playing the video to the next slide to see those answers. So you should have out your periodic chart of ions, your real periodic table. You might want Mole Island out, and of course a calculator. So pause and make sure you have these things before you continue on. So here is number 1. Answer. Here is number 2. Answer. So remember that I told you I always put the question mark under the substance that I want as an answer and the information they give me under the substance that they give us, right? The given versus the want. And then we want to remember that that mole ratio is really the new step in stoichiometry. Number 3. Answer. Now let's review a little about Mole Island from Chapter 10, so we understand the 3 conversion factors that we can use with stoichiometry problems. Hopefully that rings a bell. 5. Again, in chemistry, we talk about particles, not necessarily just anything. Number 6. Again, we talked about this in Chapter 10, the different particles and what they truly represent. Number 7. There's the answer. Number 8. Again, we want to remember that in a conversion factor, the 1 always goes with the mole unit in the conversion factor. Number 9. Answer. 10. Answer. And again, 2 is the recommendation, 2 decimal places, but we want to remember that it's 2 numbers after the decimal place if there's a smaller number. But less or more I will accept as well. Number 11. Answer. 12. And again, hopefully you thought about this. This is the stoichiometry 3 conversion step problem that we were talking about. So here's your starting point, and then you need to go to moles, use that mole ratio, and then go to one of those 3 conversion factors in the mole island that we've used now for a couple of chapters. And again, this is another way of thinking about it. It's just the setup. And we want to remember that that mole ratio is that new step that we talked about that helps us get from one substance, the given substance, to the substance that we want in our answer. Okay, so our answer should include the number, the unit, and now it should also include that substance. That's also going to be point values on the test. Number 13. Answer. 14. Answer. And as a reminder, the grams, anytime we see mass or grams, that's the only time we need to solve for molar mass. So there's no need to solve for molar mass or formula mass of the substances when grams is not mentioned in the problem. Don't do that extra step and waste your time. Number 15. Sometimes you will need to make a reaction and then balance it. So here's the reaction that is now balanced. So make sure you have that correct before you continue on. And remember those diatomic molecules, Cliff H bronze. So anytime we use one of those as a individual element, it doesn't exist as H, it exists as H2, just like all of the other Cliff H bronze diatomic molecules. So now we can finish the problem. 16. Using that same equation, there's the answer. 17. And sometimes I will give you the balanced equation, and you just have to do the problem. 18, answer. 19, answer. 20. Now, this is a limiting reaction problem, as we had that question in the past. How do I know it's a limiting reaction problem? Because I'm giving you two substances to find the product. So we have to find the number of moles first of oxygen. Whichever one gave us the less amount of oxygen is going to be our limiting reactant, and then we can finish the problem. And there's the answer. 21, answer. 22, answer. 23, answer. 24, answer. 25. So here you have to find the limiting reactant, then find the number of grams that would actually be produced. So this is a lengthy problem, and then you're going to do your percent yield. Okay, hopefully this helps you get ready for the stoichiometry test.